All Dyed Up Fibres podcast. I'm Diane.
And I'm Edith, and you can find us on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, and alldyedup.ca. So, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We have it working.
We finally have it working. And here we are.
We've been at this for like a half hour trying to get this to work.
Yeah, I think 45 minutes actually. I just looked at the clock.
Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever. It's all right.
Yeah.
So,
we haven't podcasted quite a while.
No. Since June, I think. I could tell on this computer program the last time we did this. We spoke on this and it says June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason being is I get sick and get really sick. And so I guess we were at Kawartha and I just, when we were setting up, just did not feel well. And little did I know the shitstorm was coming.
You went gray. You went gray that day. And we just said, like, you and I talked and I said, like, just sit down for a minute. We got you a bottle of water, and we just took a minute because I thought we are either continuing, I'm going to continue to pack up or put things out, or we're going to put it back in the car and go home, because it could have went either way real easy at that instance. But you rallied.
Yep.
And we stayed.
Yeah.
And
for supper. And oh my gosh, like, I didn't eat any more than I normally would eat, but I suffered.
Yeah.
And we got back to the motel room, and I said to you, I put my pajamas on and I'm just going to chill. And we watched TV, and it was no time, and we were out. And then we got the next day, and the next day I was fine.
Yeah.
Which was good, because that was the day of the show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And we drove home that night, and I was fine. And then that was about the first of June, first weekend in June. Mm-hmm. And then the 28th of June, I had been at the Art Fest and dropped off a yarn order there. It was a Friday, and came home and cooked supper for the guys. And I said to my husband, I just don't feel that well. I'm just going to sit down in the chair. 24 hours later, my youngest son had taken me to Emerge, and I was sick. And anyway, long story short, they diagnosed me with having diverticulitis. Well, I didn't even know I had diverticulosis to have diverticulitis. But anyway, I was about, 7 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And I was sick. They gave me antibiotics, and I threw them up, and I was just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had scheduled me for a CT scan. And so I had that, I don't know, it was like a Wednesday, like the 14th, 15th or something of August.
Yeah, I took you.
Yeah, Edith took me. And the next day I just happened to have a doctor's appointment with my family doctor, and they did blood work. That was Thursday. Friday morning, they called at about 7:30 in the morning and said, Diane, you have to go into Emerge. You're in renal failure. Your kidneys aren't working. And well, so anyway, I went into Emerge, and they kept me, and I was in the hospital. And they tried to get my kidneys working. And anyway, they don't work like they should, and they're never going to. There's kidney damage there. So now we've just got I've got a whole lot of appointments with specialists, and I have to go and get results from an endoscopy I had while I was in the hospital, and they're going to do some more tests on my colon, and anyway, a lot better now than I was.
A lot better now than you were. Yeah.
A lot better now than I was. And we're just trying to find the baseline of where my kidneys are going to level out, and then we're going to go from there to see what kind of treatment I have to have. So,
and yeah, they have come back from.
They've come back some, but they're not back like they should be.
No, but they're better than they were. You were
in the hospital. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were pretty concerned when I went in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and the bright side is they never quit working altogether, which is a bonus. You don't want your kidneys to stop working altogether. And mine didn't. And so anyway, it is what it is. And we're going to do what they tell us to do. And we're going to move on because there's a lot worse people out there in worse shape than I am by far. So we're going to take what we got and we're going to live with it and keep getting on.
Yep.
So that's why we haven't podcasted in a while, because I was down and out.
You were. You missed all the fun.
Yeah, Edith's been having a blast without me. I kept saying to her, "Oh, go." She's, "Oh, Diane, are you sure?" "I'm sure, go."
We had a couple of fun things scheduled for this summer, and we scheduled them in a little bit early, and then the date came, and like you were just so sick. There was no way.
No way.
So yeah. Oh well, there'll be other events that we'll get in.
What did you do? Tell us a little bit about
I gotta think, what did I do first?
TTC.
In July, yeah, did I do the TTC yarn crawl first, or did I do the wine tour in Picton first?
They were both the same week, and I think you did the TTC one first.
I did one on Thursday and one on Saturday.
Thursday was the Woolly Wine Tour. It was on a Thursday.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether it was Saturday and Thursday or Thursday and Saturday.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Doesn't matter. So anyway, Woolly Wine Tour. Rosehaven Yarn Shop in Picton organized a Woolly Wine Tour, and for all of anyone interested, she's doing another one this month, and I hope we haven't missed it for anyone else who would like to go. So anyway, we went so my sister-in-law, Diane, said, give my ticket to my sister-in-law because she likes to do things. She was off for the summer and Diane knows her. And so anyway, my sister-in-law went with me, and we drove to Picton. We got on this cute little bus with coach seats on it, and she drove us to, the first place was an alpaca farm. So we got to see the alpacas and do a little bit of shopping. We heard a lovely history of the farm, and see, now I should have had it all. I had it all ready, but it's been so long. So I don't know. Can't think. Old alpaca farm? Oh, no, that's not right. Shoot. I took pictures. Anyway, I took pictures, so maybe Diane will post the pictures afterwards and you can see the name. I took a picture.
I think they're on the front of our, if you go to alldyedup.ca, they're on the front page of our website.
Okay. And then we got on the bus and we went to the first wine place and we tried the wines. It was delicious. So we did a couple of wineries and we did a lavender farm. And the lavender farm was, it was just gorgeous. It was really nice. You and I'll have to go back there sometime. And the lavender was in bloom, and it was, I think, 2 weeks away from being harvested. And, you know, it just smells so nice. And there are a lot of products you could buy in their shop. And the tour was really well done. It was smooth sailing. It was wasn't rushed. It wasn't, you didn't feel any pressure. You totally just enjoyed your day. I would go on a tour with Rosehaven again, and I wouldn't hesitate. It was a good little tour. Yeah, she did a great job. Yeah. Yeah, so that was the Woolly Wine Tour, and I just bought wine. I can't show you any yarn from that tour. I drank the wine.
All right. The
wine's gone. I can't show you.
Good for you.
So, but I really liked it because the wineries would tell you, you know, their history, how long they've been in business, why they came as a family to start that business, a little bit about their acreage, and it was just a really interesting trip everywhere you stopped. I liked it. Good. So that's that. The other one was the TTC yarn crawl. So
it's a fundraiser, isn't it?
It is a fundraiser for a women's shelter in Toronto. And so you could take knitting or yarn and drop it off at the shops you went to, and it went back to the shelter. So you signed up for a certain team, and our team was the sport wig team. And so sport team had 4 yarn shops that it went to that day. So the first one was Passion Knit on Yonge Street. So we all met at Passion Knit, and I think we spent 40 minutes there shopping around. And what did I buy there? I bought this. I've started it actually. I don't have my label. See, I'm a bad podcaster. Anyway, I've got this. Isn't that pretty?
It is.
Yeah, and then this goes with it. And I'm doing another one of those across the waters
Oh yeah.
shawl, but I have to tear it out because the dark purple is supposed to be a DK weight, and it is, but I don't know if you can see it. It's buckling. It's too thick.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to take it out. Pardon?
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's just a bit thicker than what see, I bought Cascade DK for mine, the one that has the black stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Debbie Bliss.
Oh.
And it's just thicker, I guess. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to use some purple that I dyed of ours. It won't be as solid as this because ours is tonal. It's not nice and solid. Right. But whatever, it's either that or anyway. I got to tear it out, but I think this is so pretty. And I'm looking at a teeny tiny little screen, so I can't really see how well you can see it, but
you can see it.
You can see it? Okay. Anyway, so I bought that. I bought this at Passion Knits on Yonge Street in Toronto. And then we got on a bus and we went way up Scarborough in July on a bus to
air conditioning.
Oh no. To Creative Yarns, and that's a nice shop as well. I'm just looking for the label. So I bought this yarn, and this is a cotton. This was a lady was wearing this in the shop, and so it's just a triangle. Right. Showing the fat arms. I don't want to do that. Anyway, it's just a triangle. Well, it's a rectangle, and you sew the one side. You know what I mean? You sew the one side closed, and so then you just have a. So we had a wedding, a family wedding this summer, and I had a pink dress, sleeveless dress, and so I wore this over the dress, and that's what I intended for it to be when I knit it, and I wore it, and it worked out well, and I really like it. And I can't find the label.
And I didn't get to the wedding.
And you didn't get to the wedding. That's another thing you missed. I don't know if we can arrange. We said we could arrange all these things that you could do it again, but I don't know if we can get them to go back down the aisle.
Yeah, well, you got to do it again because I couldn't be there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we could quite push that one, but so, this is what this yarn is. I'll just try to. It's Lang.
Right. Marlene.
And it is 70% cotton, 30% nylon. It's got little bumps in it. If you can tell. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, so I bought this at Creative Yarns, and then back on the bus, back into the city, and we went to the Yarn Guy. That store is huge. And it's got just aisles and aisles of yarn, and it's up as high as you can go. It has a lot of yarn in it. It was so much. It was, I'm sure, like if you had a project in mind, it would be, you'd probably come out of there with something. Pardon?
So you want to take your pattern with you.
Yeah. So it was a good store. I didn't buy anything there. And then the next one we got on the subway, I guess. I think so. And we went to Knit-O-Matic. And that's a nice, sweet little yarn shop. Or not little, but it's a nice yarn shop. And there I bought this, more solids. Because, see, I can dye the speckly stuff, right? But there's a pattern called Edith the Hat.
Edith?
Edith, that. And I'd like to try it. I've had it in my queue on Ravelry for a long time, and it's simply just because of the name. And it's a 2-color color work hat. So I just thought, I can try it.
Do that again.
Or this way, I guess. I don't know.
That'll be the screenshot for this podcast. You know that, eh?
Yeah. Right. There you go. So I bought this there. So I actually bought quite a bit of, I bought solids just because I just feel like they're just so nice and solid. So then after the tours, we had we went to a place for dinner where we all gathered and all the teams, because I don't know, do you remember how many teams there were, Diane? Like, were there 10 teams?
I was going to say 10, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then each team went to a different part of the city on the subways. And we did overlap once in a while. We'd be somewhere where another team came in. But anyway, our team leader was so nice. And she had a friend that was selling bags at the dinner. And we all know.
Yes.
Edith has a weakness for knitting bags. So she had this one. See, it's got a subway car on it.
Nice.
So she made these just for the day.
Right.
So I bought one, and it is by, I know she has a tag here because I saw it earlier. It's Fibremancy, like fancy Mancy, but fiber. You see that?
Okay, hold it still. Yep.
Yeah. So I think it's a great, well-made bag. Look at, like, it's got good hardware on it, and I love that you can see in it. And anyway, so I bought one because it was a remembrance for the day. Oh, and then, excuse me, you could buy raffle tickets that also went towards raising of the funds, or if you donated knitted items, then that got you a raffle ticket. So I won these in the raffle.
Very nice.
Aren't they nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a shawl pattern that I had taken with me that I didn't buy any yarn for it. So this will be perfect. So that's what this is. Artful. Yeah. No, this way.
Yep, that way.
Artful Solo.
Nice.
And this one's Nomad, and this one just says 57.
Right.
So I'm excited to get these knit up, but I got some other stuff on the go, and I had to get this done for the wedding. I think that's it, Diane. That's all the damage I did this summer. That's not bad, eh?
Not bad.
Not bad. Well, in mind. And the mind.
Before I went MIA.
Yep.
I just when we were at Kawartha, I bought this book.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah. So I'm going to knit some trigger mittens for the guys. Well, I better get at it because hunting season's in like the first week of November. And then we were at You Can Knit, and I have a whole stash of Topsy Farms yarn here.
You do, yeah.
I do.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. So this is what their mittens are going to be made of, and I'll just change them around in different places, spots and stuff like that, and get as many pairs of mittens out of that stash of yarn that I can get.
I'm excited to see how they look.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a great book, eh?
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, and I've heard some people say, like, just the stories in it with the patterns, like, it's just a good read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I was in the hospital, Edith and the kids got me this book. I was thankful for this book because you know what? When you're laying in that bed, you just as soon be any like. They did all they could do to keep me there, because I'll tell you, I threatened to walk out of there so many times. It was not good. This little book, I've enjoyed this read.
Oh, good.
There's a whole series of these, isn't there, Edith?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first one.
Quick, cute read
Mm-hmm. Murder She Knit.
Murder She Knit. I'm not gonna say because I want to wreck. I don't want to wreck it. It's a mystery, by the way.
And they knit.
And then some magazines were brought to me.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary Lou brought these, my sister-in-law. But there is some nice patterns in here. Anyway, it's a nice book.
And you couldn't knit while you were in the hospital.
I hadn't knit, seriously. I hadn't knit anything in 8 weeks. I hadn't worked on anything. I just couldn't do it.
But then
your energy to hold my arms to knit.
No. And then even if you did feel like it, your IV wouldn't.
Oh yeah. That freaking thing.
Every time you moved it beat, so you couldn't knit because you couldn't move your arm. Oh my God. She wasn't like, happy. Not happy.
Not happy. And then I just reach over and shut it off.
Yeah.
I was shutting the darn thing. I was shutting the alarm off on it, hitting the button. They're like, Diane. The one night my husband was in there, and on the little pump, there's a little line that flashes through and it tells you like it's, something inclusion or whatever. And it said air in line. Well, I'm playing with the line, flicking it, and all the things you do to break the air up. It was only a little bit like this. Like, he's going, Diane, there's air in there. Do you know what happens when I hit your bait? I said, oh my God, you need 2 feet air. That little bit's not going to. He's going, you better call for help. I said, like, I'm not wasting those girls' time to come here and break that bubble up. I'll just do it myself. It's like, oh man, you are something.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. They got enough to do without worrying about me.
Oh yeah, you just want to go home.
I'm just thinking, the more that thing's going off and the more attention they got to be down here, the less chance I got of being out of here. I'm getting up in the morning and I'm washing my hair and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm just going to get as beautiful as I can possibly get. I can walk those halls and, hi, how are you? Yeah. The less sick I look, the faster I'm out of here. I hadn't even bargained with him to let me out when he did.
Yeah, you did.
I pulled out all the stops.
Oh dear.
Oh God. I was just like, really? I just want to go home.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that morning when they called and said you have to go to emergency, they didn't tell me I was staying or I probably wouldn't have went.
Wow, you were sick.
I know, I was sick, but
you were where you needed to be. So, anything?
Have I made anything? Well, yeah. I have worked away on my Birds of a Feather shawl that I've been working on like forever.
It's changed a lot though since we've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the drop stitches and I'll just want to throw up right here.
No.
Not saying a lot because I a lot.
No, you don't want to start that again. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So this is the one that I was afraid I was going to run out of mohair.
Yeah.
So I faded this section.
Yeah, because we got another ball of in
this section actually, and then I went up like this, and then this is the corner, and I'm coming down. Now the next section, you do tiny stripes of mohair, and then more of the purple like that. So I think I'm gonna alternate those, so it will tie that end back in.
And you got the first yellowish golden color in Kawartha last year, correct?
Yeah, a year ago, June.
Yeah, and so when we were there this year, you knew that the chances were pretty slim you were going to get the same one, but you went back to the same vendor and got Shirley Bryant yarns and got a ball that kind of goes with it. So you were happy though when you got that.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how you ended up getting two that were so close together. It's a different, like it's not the same name dyed differently. It's a whole different colorway for her, but it works really, really well.
It'll do the trick.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Edith and I are taking part in a knit-along with Yarn It. And there was 3 patterns that you could pick from. One was Love Notes by Tin Can Knits.
The other
one was
the on Andrew Mallory, the
shift. The shift.
One of the crop tops of Andrew Mallory's, right?
Yeah, it's like it goes like it's like the night shift shawl or the cowl, and she did a sweater. I think it's called the shift or something. And
we obviously aren't doing that one.
we're not doing that one. This body is just not built for a crop top, I'm afraid. Yeah, we'll do the world a favor, wear the full length shirt, thanks.
Like, we don't know the name of it, Diane. I'm pretty sure we're not doing it.
This body is not wearing a crop top. Just not gonna do it.
So regardless, we're doing the.
It's 50 pounds lighter, but still, it's not a crop top material.
So we are doing the swag or the swig or however you say it.
This would be the one.
That's the one. The Caitlin Hunter.
Oh, Caitlin Hunter. Yeah. So, and I'm knitting mine, and you are too, aren't you, out of our yarn?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I don't want to drop my stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is mine. I've just taken off for the sleeves. These are my sleeves.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
The other one is.
Yeah. Pretty.
So this is the blue. This blue is you're in the navy now, and then this is I don't know if you can see it, but it's silver stellina, or silver stellina base, and it's called Ice Princess. So it has some. You can't see the shimmer.
No. It's got twinkles in it, but you can't see it.
Can't see them there either, can you?
Not yet.
Huh. So let's see yours. I haven't seen yours in a while. Oh, very nice. You're further ahead than me.
Well, I had some time. Yeah, so this is.
Oh, you can see some shimmers in yours.
Can you?
Yeah.
So this color.
Yours looks quite gray, but it's actually more of a green.
Yeah. This is called Country Squire, and this is called Hoist the Sails.
Hoist the Sails. Very nice.
Yeah, so I like it. Yeah, it is greenish, like a gray green, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how to make it, what to do with it to make it. It just looks gray, but anyway, it's not. So yeah, I like it. Are you enjoying the knit?
Yeah. Now in the pattern, it said that yeah, you could see it looks the cables. The whole body part down has got little cables, and your sleeves got little cables in it, in the solid part.
Yeah.
And on Ravelry, I've noticed that some people didn't put those in.
Can you see them? They're like little X's.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see them. I can't really tell what you can see.
Yeah, you can see them a bit. Yeah, you can tell there's texture there.
Okay.
But some people on Ravelry didn't put them in.
Mm.
And then on the pattern, what I was going to say about the pattern, it had a link to a video on YouTube that you could watch that would show you how to do the little cables without using a cable needle. Which way did you do yours?
My first one was with the cable needles, and then it's so slow because every 4 stitches you're doing a cable. 4 stitches into the cable, 4 stitches off, 4 in cable, 4 off. So I found it quite slow with the cable needle. So I watched the video, and from then on I did it without. I'm doing it without.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I made a mistake, and I had to watch. I may as well, true confession here. I made a mistake, and I had to. I did it wrong, so they didn't look right. So I watched the video again and saw what I was doing wrong. So then I ripped it out, started it again, and I would recommend it. If you pay attention to the video, do it right. But yeah,
I've been doing mine with the cable needle.
Are you?
Well, I've only done one section.
Yeah.
That like maybe one chart repeat or something you would call it, but that's all I've done with it. And I did it with the cable needle.
Yeah.
But I also put markers in mine, so every 8 stitches, so that I know that where I screwed up is in between there, right? So I don't have to count. I don't have to count, like, because you knit your 4 stitches and then you do your cables, and then 4 stitches do your cables. Well, I know that that section has got to do 4 stitches, and then the last 4 is what you're playing with for the, you know what I mean? I just keep track a little better when I put every. Oh, that's what I did, and I'm not making too bad a time with it, but
Good.
I know what you're saying about. I played with it and I thought, oh, do I do the cable needle because that's the way I've always done cables, or do I try to do the new thing and it's going to take me a little bit to get onto it, so I'm not going to make time that way either.
No, and I think doing the first part with the cable needle is helpful because it got the pattern established.
Right.
And you were working I was working in a way I was familiar with. So once I get the pattern in my head, then I felt like I could play with it a little bit.
And the other thing I found on that video, one way to do them is said to take that needle, drop that stitch right off, kind of hold it, and then knit the next one and then pick it up again. Well, that sweater's got cashmere in it, and I find that it's a little bit slippery. It's not almost sticky enough that it'll ladder down on you pretty quick.
Well, she shows you 2 ways of doing it, and that's the first way. There's another way where you don't drop it and you don't use a cable needle. There's a second way that takes
into
that problem.
Stitch.
Yeah, you knit into the second stitch, but you have to knit in it like from either the front or the back, and knit like over the stitch you want to ignore. Like it's a good. I would recommend watching the video that comes with it. Yeah, for sure.
So it's Andrea Mowry that does the video, isn't it?
Yeah, that particular one. When I brought it up, I see, you can see down the sides other YouTube things, and there are other people that do them, but the one that's referenced on the pattern is Andrea Mowry's. Yeah, I use it. That's what I'm doing rather than fussing with the cable needle. So now, anyway, now that I'm on the right track. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the knitting I have, because like I said, I had knit in.
Yeah.
I had knit 1 stitch in 8 weeks.
No, I know.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, glad that's over. So I finished a couple sweaters. I don't know. I think I was knitting on this one. I don't know if I showed it to you finished or not. So if I did, I'm sorry.
I didn't see it finished until you wore it that one day.
Okay, so this is the scroll. Anyway, it's Carol Feller. It was a Carol Feller knit along, and every couple of weeks you got another part of the pattern. You knew you were knitting a sweater, and you knew what it looked like, but you got to pick your yarn and your. I don't know if you can see. So it's a three-quarter sleeve, a bracelet sleeve, and then the back and the front are this texture. And I bought my buttons from, I think it's Bear Creek on Etsy. They're out of Strathroy, Ontario.
Very nice.
They're Celtic knots. So anyway, and then the back is, anyway, with that showing.
And that's our yarn, isn't it?
It is. This is Marjorie.
Marjorie.
Yeah, Marjorie.
Very nice.
Thanks. And then Becky had asked for a sweater, and I think I showed the first part of this. It's this one.
Right.
And it's all done. I hadn't sewn the ends in until I got her to try it on, because I just didn't want to have to rip it out with the ends in. So so it's done.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's soft. It's 2 fingering weight held double is
right.
In the pattern it called for holding yarn double.
Huh.
So this is Grandpa's whiskers without the whiskers. Grandpa's whiskers has a black
shaved.
Yeah, he has a black fleck in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't put the black fleck in it. She just said she wanted like a soft gray sweater, so I didn't put the black fleck in it. But it was a good pattern.
It's nice.
I recommend it. It's heavy. She's going to be warm in this. I don't know. She talked about a sweater she could wear to work, but I have a feeling she's gonna be too hot, but oh well, it's up to her. So I think that's all I've been knitting on. All I can remember. We're doing the sweaters now, so that's kind of what's current. Yeah, I think that's it.
Let's go to the shop. We have a trunk show coming up.
Yes, we do. In the Grey Heron in Belleville.
The 5th of October.
Yes.
And the Grey Heron's on Pinnacle Street.
Right. In Belleville, Ontario.
We're looking forward to that.
We are. Yeah, and we have a few new colors that, like the Country Squire was one of them. You've got some pretty new ones.
Yeah.
Recent, pretty. Yeah. That they are actually in Coburg right now. They are at Yarnet. Some of our new colors. Oh, we have yarn somewhere else since we were on here last. Yeah. That's exciting and new.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Which one are you talking about? Where we were yesterday?
Yesterday.
Wednesday.
No.
Okay. Pearl and Jay's roving yarn truck, the company. She has a concession stand at Stitch by Stitch, which is previously always been a quilt store. Anyway, she's got a concession stand in the back room, and she's carrying our yarn, and she's got is it Blanket and Lace?
Oh, the other people she has?
Yeah. And Koigu.
She has a few.
There's some patterns and there's some needles and yeah. So if you're looking for yarn, Joan has a spot there. So it's on Golden Mile Road in Kingston. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah, and
the other one is exciting too.
Yeah, and we were at You Can Knit on what? I don't know, we were there Wednesday, but anyway, they're carrying our yarn too. And it's in Verona, I don't know the name of the side street, but it's just off 38 Highway.
If you Google it, you'll find it.
There's a convenience store, and they're just around kind of the back of the convenience store. So, yeah, so that's exciting for us.
You like a sheep, E-W-E.
Yeah.
Not Y-O-U. And they have, she's got some sport weight. Yeah. So our fingering weight, our sport weight, and some Stellina.
Yes.
In there. She has a pretty good variety.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And she has a great shop. They're nice. Yeah, they're all nice people, and and nice shops. So yeah, we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all that's kind of new right now. We kind of, pardon?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. So anyway, Edith's been doing a lot with the shop because I've been MIA.
No, I haven't been doing much. No.
Well.
Been good.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some yarn back on the website, and we'll work away at the website maybe after the trunk show at Grey Heron. We'll get the website all updated and get it rolling and do some things with it, I think. Pardon?
I want to say thank you to the people that came up to us at the shows and said they watched the podcast.
Yes.
We did have some, and we've said, if you're at the show, say hi, let us know, because we do really like to see you and chat with you, and some of you did, and it was so nice to meet you, and thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye.